to Istanbul.
Yes. Well, it's
on our way to Calgary.
June the 27th, 2015, and this is goodbye to Julie and the little house in Creston, and Brian and I will be saying hello to Istanbul. Bye-bye, Creston. Hello, Istanbul.
Bye, Alex. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Don't forget to come back.
We're at the Turkey airport, just made it through our passports, and now we're waiting for other people to come and collect our baggage.
And there's people, and more people, and lots of cattle lanes. And hopefully we're going to get all our luggage. It's just about a 10-mile walk to our number 10 baggage casserole. Down that away, way there. Keep on going, gang. Well, it's very nice to get out of that hectic airport and sit in this nice cool van with a nice breeze. And there's Carrie, that's John Kalmakov's sister, and Lisa Siminoff, all relaxed. Here is Lisa, the cause of it all. Oh, sorry, Verna, of course. She's been working very hard to organize this. I think it's going to be an odyssey. And here's Brian, of course. He really is the cause of it all. He says, "How about you taking me to Russia?" Well, what can an old pop do but comply?
You're right, should be an odyssey, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're in the comfortable lobby of the Sultan's Inn, getting checked out. All sitting here just as happy as can be. And there's John, one of the members, John Kalmakoff. We're sure happy to have him around as a historian to fill us in on the empty spots.
Anything, you can reach me my mobile phone, okay? Either internet, WhatsApp, or directly call me. I hope everything will be okay though. My name is Leo, okay? I'll give you one card.
Oh, thank you, Leo.
Okay, a couple cards you can give your friends later.
Thank you.
Now, I also used to be a guide in the past, so I give you some vital information. After 2 days, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Kars.
Where?
Kars, Eastern Turkey.
Oh, Kars.
Kars.
Sorry. So how long are you going to stay there?
3 nights.
Why Kars? Is there a reason?
Yes, because we're there to learn more about our Doukhobor heritage. You know, and Doukhobors and Volokons used to live in that area about 150 years ago. And there are still some remains of their villages, as well as the soldiers burned their guns there in 1895 because they did not want to fight.
I see. What about after Kars? What's your...
Okay, then we're actually heading into southern Georgia.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, it's a heritage.
I understand. Okay, I understand. Okay.
Trail.
So there was a reason to ask all these questions. I'm not asking, you know, for no reason.
We are on the top floor, the 5th floor of our Sultan's Inn Hotel, and there's a very nice fenced-in area here, and that's the ocean there. Some of the surrounding streets. Little deck out here to have tea in the morning. Complimentary breakfast. And that's the Blue Mosque up there, which we'll be seeing today or tomorrow. We're getting up to the Blue Mosque and look at the traffic. And we're walking. This is the Blue Moss grounds where everybody comes to relax. This is the Aya Mosque, and it was started and completed in 537. A bit of years there. Looks good shape. This Aya Mosque is the world's largest, most important structure. Most important religious structure. The world's largest and most important. This is where supper's going to be. And there's the chef.
Oh, chef!
Yes, yes.
Meatballs, chef!
Yes. How do you make the meat like that?
That one, beef. That one, chicken.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Pay for everything they say.
This one, right?
It is 9:45 at night, and people are still picnicking in this park. And they're still round and about with all their families, all their kids. There's several little places that sell corn on the cob and chestnuts. And this is a beautiful park, and the people still have their blankets out there and their shoes off and enjoying their meal. And this culture knows how to live, I think. This is the water fountain in the park. There are 22 gates to the Grand Bazaar such as this, and this is gate 1. So we gotta remember gate 1 because that's where we'll be coming back to.
I like the colors.
This is an entrance to the mosque, and this is, you of course have to take your shoes off to go into the mosque, and this is where you wash your feet. This is the entrance to the mosque. Brian looks just right at home here with that fancy cap of his. People continually cleaning day and night. Very clean city. 15 million people. Plus, I don't know how many tourists.
All this
gentleman found me a seat while Brian went shopping for a leather jacket. Yes. And he bought me a nice apple tea. So that's the hospitality of Istanbul.
Very nice service.
This is a Mahastur Mosque. It's right beside the Grand Bazaar. And beautiful, beautiful baby blue carpet. A little correction on this mosque. The name is Nurosomany Mosque, and it was built in 1748. This is a Millennium monument, which was the starting point of the great Roman road that led to all the European cities. And this stone structure is part of the Great Wall of Istanbul, or Constantinople, signpost to some of the major cities. We are now underground in the cisterns of Constantinople. This is a panorama of the city as it was in 1453. So huge, you just can't do it any justice by taking pictures. Next tour, the Blue Mosque. The courtyard of the Blue Mosque. All marble stone floors. No shoes, no hat for the men. Women's hair must be covered, and no bare arms. No visitors are allowed in this section.
Nu, te face să ieși. Dacă nu te lasă să fii lângă.
We are in Kars, Doukhobor Heritage Country. Very much like parts of Alberta. That's how we come. There's our tour organizer and Brian in the Kars airport. I hope our luggage is here. I think we may have left two of our company back in Istanbul.
The Kars, Alex.
Yes. And Hannah and Verna
Peace.
and John. Hello. Welcome to Kars. Now you'll tell us all about it. And there's Lisa and Carrie. Seems that we've lost Jared and Linda somehow in Ankara. But I guess there's lots of flights and hopefully they're going to catch up to us here.
Also, let's find out what time the next flight is. And I think
This is our mode of transportation for the next 10, 12 days or maybe 14. So we're going to be driving in luxury. A lot different than from what our ancestors knew about cars. We have left Kars and are traveling about 45 clicks. Ancient city of Arnhem.
I look at this like Mongolia.
Look at their smiles. They're so.
There is solar, I know, there are solar panels. Just 3 months, 3 years ago, people started using it. But this still roof brought up by Russians. The Georgian alphabet and the Armenian alphabet was the same. Then after, Georgian has a Byzantine influence, and then they get better alphabets. Armenian was still using the old alphabets. And during this Armenian kingdom, this alphabet was like that. But later on, this alphabet is getting much different.
It would be interesting to see, and then rather than going all the way, up, not do that.
I don't know. I'm a regular cut like this. There is some place, most of the beautiful architecture.
This wall dates back to 1200 AD. Any city wall dating back to about 975 AD. This is the village of Gorelovka. It was established by the Doukhobors in 1879. We are on our way to the burning of arms site here shortly. That hill way back there is where the burning of arms took place. And this area here, of course, is a Doukhobor village. Was.
But because the Doukhobors were living in 3 very distinct regions in the Caucasus, Kars region, in Georgia and in Azerbaijan, in each of those regions they have their own burning of arms. So there were 3.
Burning of arms site on top of that ridge.
They would,
We're at the site here now. That's where it all happened, on the top of that ridge. And those ridges there are probably the remnants of trenches dug by the Turks and Russians during the war. having a little prayer service here at the foot of the mountain where the burning took place. When we were coming to this village to come to the historical burning of the arms site and cars here, arrangements were made to plant some trees, and instead of a few trees we were given 100 trees, and our crew is with the television crew and other journalists are up there now planting those trees. And just up over there is the burning of the arms site.
Yes.
Don't quit talking.
Yes.
Geç.
Yine içeriği gezecekler.
Tamam.
Düşersin. Öyle.
İnşallah.
Wow, that's amazing. Can you take one of me and her? Yeah.
Hadi ben de seni bekliyorum. Hadi. Sağ ol, sağ ol. O da sizi gözlerinizden öper. Çok sağ ol. Annene de selam söyle. Dinin iyiydi teyzem. Yine de annen de iyi selamını söyle. Sağ ol.
Thank you. Thank you.
Orası petrol üretim tesislerinin oluyor. Yemişsin şu anda.
Yes, yes.
I'm doing a panorama of the village and then the layout of the land.
I
Okay.
had all kinds of computer problems, so I never got to look at that. And all I can do is play. But, I mean, it does panoramic landscape. I know it does.
It's flowers, flowers, and flowers.
Our house was exactly identical to what they brought with them to Saskatchewan in 1899 in the 100 or so villages that they established in Saskatchewan. The houses are literally identical. You see a fairly high-pitched roof with sod on top of the roof, the veranda style. Big blue. Here it's faded.
But this building has been built by the mat breaks.
These are all original Doukhobor homes, built of stone and thatched roof.
Yeah, okay.
So Dad's sharing a gift with one of the young boys.
And the grandfather.
And the
I gave him a
grandfather.
pen.
Ah, yes.
Almaya gerek yok. Evet. Ama
Oh, okay.
Papa, burada. Oh, Papa.
I think we're back on the bus.
Have him look at me, Jacob, Brian. Have him look up. Hey! This is a mosque in this village.
I like it.
not like this. Like
Wherever you see a marionette, that will mean a mosque.
Yeah.
We're inside this mosque now. Brian,
Yeah.
just take a.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is the old village of Gorelovka. The Doukhobors left here earlier, so there are few original structures. And you notice the solar panels on that building there.
Has a north-south orientation, and we're going to confirm if other villages also have that same orientation. But two of the villages we visited today, the central single street is going north-south. That was probably deliberate. We're in the old section of the village right now, and we can see the contrast between this ruined house, which was constructed by the Doukhobors and is in a state of disrepair and hasn't been lived in for obviously many decades, but you can still see remnants of the original Doukhobor architecture, including the baby blue or robin egg blue painting of the windowsills and the frame around the door.
Buranın anahtarı yok. Yok. Bunlar buradaki bölmelere ait. Bunlara göre yaptım yani.
Abi harika bir yer var. Abi ne kadar güzel maşallah.
Bunların içinde Doukhobor, bu köyün aslı ismi Doukhobor. Bu köyün asıl ismi. Yapmışlar. Bu bölgede anıları çok.
Because the Molokhans were living in here. We get very nice.
Onlar skarpin ayakkabı
They were
giymişler.
making
Modern
the
ayakkabı
modern
giymişler.
shoes. Separating the milk and the creams each other. They make special hand power
Churning butter.
churning butter. They find it here and they built it here.
Oh, really?
And everybody still have some machineries too.
Downstairs in the cellar,
Yes.
there's a big pile of shoes. Were any of those shoes?
Diyor ki aşağı diyor bir sürü ayakkabı vardı.
Ha yok, onlar bizim kendilerimiz.
Yani orayı
depo olarak kullanıyor.
That's just like storage side. On the wall. But the roof and the walls are original.
Bu 42 tarihli.
Ne halısı ama? Karabağ mıdır? Yok şey değil.
Yok, burada dokunmuş.
Göz desem. Bunun başka adı var.
Bu ne
Bunun
What a nice house.
Ben bildiğim duraklı Ermeniye yaşamış.
ona kalsa Ermeniler son yüzyılda gelmiş burada her yeri yıkmıştır.
Su batağında olacak Ermeniyle büyük perdikte, büyük çatmada.
Büyük çarpmada da büyük çarpmada var, büyük çarpmada var. Bak şimdi Ermeniler.
This Doukhobor village is Pasovka, and it is the village where Eli Papa's family came from.
Yeah, no, that's a Doukhobor house. See the blue on the door?
I was saying it's just some remnants of blue you can see.
Yeah.
Nasılsın bey amca?
Merhaba.
Merhaba, gezin yolu. Bunlar Doukhoborlar.
envision them living here, but not.
All the houses facing the streets, we've heard many times that they have big backyards, and this is a typical one here. It has a big garden, lots of potatoes and other vegetables, several clotheslines. I guess it may have been wash day today. Also a lot of new wool drying out in the back here. The proprietor. And this is the root cellar, still in use. And the front streets out there, past those gates.
Gel sen de böyle otur.
For your feet.
Toz var. Zaten.
This was a Doukhobor water flour mill in the Slavanka village. We just had a bit of a crisis here. A dog bit one of our group, Carrie. I don't know how bad it is. We're on the road to the Georgian border from Turkey. Cows are being herded out to the pastures for the day. We've just come leaving a 6 o'clock prayer meeting, and this is what we encountered. We'll be having tea here, and this gentleman, we'll meet him later. He's got, in his garden here, he's got over 130 varieties of flowers. It's really a botanical wonder. Yeah, this gentleman, he's brought semi-tropical plants here and is slowly acclimatizing them to grow here. There's Verna, the instigator of all this.
This is very hard work. Take care of all this, eh?
Yeah.
Очень много разных растений.
Look at the growth on the sod roof there. We're gathering here for tea. Look at the sod roof. My God, so lush.
Really so much, yeah.
Как там в Канаде ваши духоборы?
That's our host there with the beard.
Вот это делал Збитнев. Вот кто делал, вот
Збитнев
Иван Иванович.
Okay.
Это Иван Васильевич. Вот это он
This
делал.
little home has been made as a living museum, and whenever guests
Сделал вот это его работа.
come, they can stay here free of charge.
Единого Ивана Ивановича.
So и потом Збитнев.
Збитнев, да, и Збитнев, да, они вместе. И Медведев был. Медведев Архиша, вот он был главным. Эти были молодые
So like the administrator of the Severotsky Dome. Забитов, Медведев.
Медведев Архиш, да, вот он был главным. Эти помогали как ему, а тот был главным. В возрасте был.
But Alexei Vorobyov, he was a contemporary of Peter Verigan.
A breakfast is being prepared for us.
А у меня в Канаде племянница родная живет. Ларион Вышлов, жена его Рая. Отец Ларионов, это Федор.
Да-да.
Мать умерла у него.
Угу.
Вы знаете их?
Последнее имя как было?
Ларион. Ларион имя.
Ларион?
Лоренс там его называют.
Лоренс, о, да-да. Washing the dishes for tea.
At this point in the trip, it's kind of more pilgrimage. In a way.
Хорошо. Хорошо. The table is being set.
Забыла ваше имя. Ложечки, по капельке под язык, и нужно чуть-чуть подержать. Хорошо, хорошо. Я и другие сейчас.
Fine china.
Спасибо.
О, Богдановка. О, hotel.
Хутор поеду, да, потому я хочу успеть. Сейчас я... Да. Все, я постараюсь быстро сделать.
Пишу и Лиса.
Хорошо,
Очень хорошо.
Коля и Таня, когда вы нас приглашали на чай, мы
приглашали.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. People on top of the hill over
there.
Боже мой, куда их занесло? Вот они, вон наши где. Так мы уехали туда. Туда аж уехали? Да. А что ж вы отсюда? Потому что Юра дал газу, чтобы выехать. Мы бы не вытащили его потом. Ну что это, Коля, куда это?
We are at the site of Lushichka's, the renowned Doukhobor leader, ladies, and this tombstone here is for her husband. And ever so often, people gather here to remember Lushichka, and we are gathered here for a моление. Светлана Иникова. Она в одно время сгостилась над крестом с Кузьмой.
Блаженные чистые сердцем, дякуете Бога узвать, помяни нас, Господи, когда придешь во Царствие Свое. Блаженные миротворцы, дякуете сынами Божьими нарекутся. Помяни нас, Господи, когда придешь во Царствие Свое. Блаженные изгнанцы.
getting here, we had to travel through an incredibly bad, rough terrain. No road, basically. And one of the cars hit a rock and lost all its oil. So thank God to cell phones, this unit has arrived and it is going to take the passengers back and tow the car. Lawn mowing Russian style.
No kidding.
Oh, here they go. Straight out of the oven. And there they are being buttered. Oh boy.
Как мне дороги подмосковные вечера. Если б знали вы, как мне дороги подмосковные вечера. Речка движется и не движется, вся изнутра серебра, песня слышится и не слышится то, что на сердце у меня. Что ж ты, милая, смотришь искоса, низко голову наклоня? Трудно высказать и не высказать все, что на сердце у меня. Трудно высказать и не высказать все, что на сердце у меня.
Получилось. Что-то.
Долго мною любовался, а потом с собою взял. Долго мною любовался, а потом с собою взял. Обещал мне калину посадить в своем саду. Не довез, дому кинул, верно думал, пропаду. Не довез, дому кинул, верно думал, пропаду. Я за землю уцепилась, стала на ноги свои, и с тех пор я поселилась, где река и соловьи. И с тех пор я поселилась, где река и соловьи. Трактористы, молодежи, каждый год бывают тут, тонких веток не ломают, цвет колесник берегут. Тонких веток не ломают, цвет Platem akcja, się zmaga z gada, magada. В общем, раз дочь забраковала, значит не будет. Судья какой.
Сейчас запоете себе.
Our host family. This is the second burning of arms site. Just where, I don't know yet, but we'll find out here quite shortly. The legend says that this is a holy place, and
but really they're indentations.
nobody, there, that's a flower, and there's another flower, and that spot there is said to be a palm print of Christ.
And his grandfather's
And
hole, it's where they believe a saint lived and died.
Right there, you can see the inscription. It says Doukhobors, Doukhobors, Doukhobors. And this was not made by hand. It was not made by hand. And the palm print of Christ, years ago, you could see fingerprints, but now so many people come here and lay their palm on there that you can just barely visualize the fingerprints. And again, this is a natural phenomenon. This place is considered a holy place. That's the spot of the inscriptions.
Потому что настрофин птица, она сидит на море, на камне, в море яйца несет, из моря детей ведет. Потому что на купаре с древа, что на ней сам Иисус Христос распят был. Богу нашему слава.
At a very historic, very holy place to see where our ancestors lived and prayed, and to commemorate both them and to experience the living faith that is Doukhoborism among all of us that we've met here today.
Okay, dear God, thank you for bringing us brothers and sisters here together to be here and witness this wonderful historical place of Doukhoborism and share some spiritual moments and history together.
Божий Дух Святой, будь всегда со мной, дай моему сердцу вдохновение и всем чувствам моим управление. Освяти собой, Божий Дух Святой, излей на мое сердце огонь любви своей.
Силен глаголит, силен крепок, начало мира, Богу нашему слава.
Господи, благослови дом наш благодатный, упование Божие, прибежище Христово, покровителя Духа Святого, при пути, яко с нами Бог, Богу нашему славы.
Господи, благослови, высоко звезда восходила, Мать Мария Христа спородила. Народился Бог, всем Богом Бог, народился Царь, всем Царем Царь. Ирод Царь возмущаться стал. Христос воздарь венцы золотые, всем старцам, всем младенцам, всем вдовам. А вы, вдовы, не плачьте, и рыдайте, ваши младенцы у Христа под крылышком живут. Бог нашему славу.
Lord, thank you for bringing us a safe journey here to see and learn where our ancestors came from.
Тише меня, Господи, тише воды, укрепи меня, Господи. Унижи меня, Господи, ниже травы, укрепи меня, Господи, крепче камня самоцветного. Ты меня, Господи, породил, Ты меня, Господи, поразил. Во мне пламя утеши, Господи, дай же мне про все знать, все разуметь, Твою волю творить, с избранными людьми век прожить. Богу нашему славу.
кто Бога знает, тот его и величает, тот избран бывает. За Христом пророки всегда в разговорах, ангелы святые, песни воспевали, Христа величали, Бога опознали, всего принимали. Коры, покоры, хулы, поношения, бои, обиды, скорби, болезни. Зато и Господь любит к себе призывает, словно утверждает сынами, нарекает вас в свой рай, послать во царствие пресветлое Бога нашего.
Погребью в тебе, соборной церкви, Мать Божия, Пресвятая Богородица, спала, спочивала со своими учениками. Шел сам Иисус Христос со своим Христом животворящим.
It's called the Pishcher, and it was here many years before the burning of the arms took place up above. And the famous Doukhobor leader, Lushichka, used to come here and contemplate and communicate spiritually. This is a little altar. And even though the winters here are extremely cold, this moss grows the year round. This is where we're planting a commemorative tree.
So here, disease right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ну, сфотографируй, зайди вот сзади и сфотографируй. На.
Это было символом и дружбы, чтобы канадцы почувствовали себя частью этой места. Здравые люди, которые были радостны, возвращались в радость, во славу Божию. С Богом. Папарацци. С Богом. И наши все сюда идут.
Коля, Алекс, поведите. Коля, Алекс.
Пожалуйста, прими бутылку.
Да, спасибо.
Спасибо.
Вы правы.
И мы знаем.
Это давайте начнем отсчет, как бы вот после этого отсчет воссоединения духоборцев Канады и духоборцев России и духоборцев Закавказья.
Чтобы Doukhobor един.
Это надо, да, огородить.
Чтобы коровки не могли сюда.
Посадили, как оно вырастет? О, хорошо, я понял.
Коля молодец, вот он говорит, когда садишь что-то, всегда надо...
This is a chiseled out plaque made around 1850 of a very important original Doukhobor hymn. And this brass plaque was installed here by the Canadian Doukhobors in 1966. We're planting another tree there. Birch trees, a symbolic tree. This beautiful tree here, if you just break off the smallest branch and plant it, it will grow. It's very, very prolific. And so what's happening is all the group is breaking off a little branch and they're planting a tree, a future tree.
Okay, Brian, start planting.
Brian is planting a tree for me. He's already planted his own. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome. Okay, this is the walk that we went on from the Pistiera. So I walked with Dad all the way back. So.
This rock pile here, if you can call it a rock pile, in a rather circle, is where the, I'll go back here, is where the burning of the arms took place. And that's what the countryside looked like. And where we can see the herdsman there with the cows, over that little knoll, that's where the Cossacks came and flailed and trampled many of the Doukhobors who were standing in a circle around the fire. That's our roadway. We are driving through worse road beds than this. This is a field of wild gladiolas.
Он дает силу мужчинам. А вот этот клевер белый дает женщинам силу. Они женщины становятся. Вот эти вот потенцию дают мужчинам.
And this is the entrance to the Kalmykov cemetery. The leader of the Doukhobors.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're standing at the Mohilichki, or graves of the 19th century Doukhobor leaders. It's located just a short distance from Orlovka village and almost in the shadow of the Spasovsky Kurgan, or the Spasovka hill. The three most prominent graves are of leaders of all the Doukhobors in the Caucasus, starting with Ilarion Vasilievich Kalmykov, who led the Doukhobors to the Caucasus but died very shortly after their arrival here, followed by his son Pyotr Larionovich Kalmykov, who was the Doukhobor leader from in the 1850s and 60s, but died a very young man. I think he was 23 years old. Died after a hunting trip. He had eaten some meat or something that turned bad, and he died a young man. And he left his widow, Lukaria or Lushichka Vasilievna Kalmykov, who was a beloved Doukhobor leader of all the Doukhobors in the Caucasus, whether they were in Georgia, Azerbaijan, or Turkey. And under her rule, it was considered really a golden age of Doukhoborism in the Caucasus in the late 19th century. She died a relative young woman in her 40s in 1886. And after that, there was a power struggle or in terms of who would be the leader to succeed her. The majority of the Doukhobors, or the large party, chose Peter Vasilievich Verygin. A smaller party, primarily based in Gorelovka village, picked her brother, Mikhail Khubanov. And hence the split among the Doukhobors between the large and the small party, with most of the large party moving to Canada in 1899. Maria Tikhonova, who was considered sort of a very saintly woman who just, embodied the Doukhobor kind of religion, and she was considered almost a saint.
Мы руками не трогаем.
No, no.
Руками не трогаем мы.
No. Нет, нет.
There's a story that a Doukhobor turned avid communist tried to destroy this tomb. Go ahead. Tried to destroy this tomb, and his crowbar flew back and hit him in the chest, killing him. So they think Lushichka's tomb here is protected by God.
On behalf of the Doukhobor community, like we're talking 1820s, he's a very famous person.
Yes, I remember reading about him. Yeah.
Not to be confused with the later Sodom.
No.
This was a prayer home in the cemetery here.
Мы сейчас на могилу.
Всей волны всей жизни, и предай меня, Господи, людям безбожным, и запокой меня, Господи, светницей своей, от клеветников и ложных, сиан не вознесаю, главу свою, ото всех врагов ужасных, я в жертву Богу вознесаю. Прошу Тебя, Господи, по самах своих согласных, духом, сердцем, креплюсь, действием не колеблюсь, я на Господа Бога сположусь. Бога.
Bouquet of flowers and the two beautiful ladies here. Flowers were picked in a matter of minutes. This was Lushichka's home, and it's called the Sirotsky Dom, which means the orphanage, because it is known for taking in orphans, not permanently.
You're gonna be going solo this time, Dad. I'm not gonna carry him across for you.
This is on the same property, of course. It was part of the prayer home, but this was the communal kitchen, and that's the oven. This is another oven.
Pretty fancy. What?
On this oven, which was always, which heated this whole house, the kids usually slept up there on top of the pitch. I called it oven all the time, but it's a pitch. Pitch is the right word. This house that we are in now, this was actually Lushichka's house, and this was her bedroom. There was another oven in this room, because this is the way their houses were heated. Eating time again.
I'd like to buy some Riesling. It's a good borscht bowl or spoon of meat. I've got
What's that, Alex? What would you like me to say? I'm totally in awe, and it's absolutely amazing. Anna, I would have preferred more grassroots. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think when the description was mentioned,
This is called summer borscht.
Which I still have somewhere in a Rubbermaid.
Спасибо. У меня маленькая... Ой, простите, пожалуйста.
депрессию, мы переехали сюда, в Орловку. Потом мы здесь занимались христианской жизнью. Встретились с Светой, поженились. Вот у нас 4 детей. Светлана с Светом работает в школе учительницей. Да. А мы когда еще хотели что сказать, когда уезжали, особенно последний в Тамбов, наши Doukhobors были и думали, что это выход из положения. Думали, что, может быть, здесь останешься среди чужих людей, здесь очень трудно будет. Но сейчас эти сомнения ушли, и мы как бы вот назвали.
Keep us.
Таня, чубчик покажи, а то...
Lisa, spinning wall.
Без чубчика. Без чубчика.
Ножки. Так что ножки.
Oh, это моя.
Да, и тут держишь вот так, и все, она вот так идет сюда и намотается. Да. Вот так вот.
Лиса!
Одна малаканская.
Okay, that's a dandy. That's a dandy.
Левой стороны я провожу.
Perfect, good job.
A scene in Tbilisi.
And the next church is Armenian church, not Russian. It was built in the 70s. Doukhobors the park, which is our Liberty Square, Freedom Square, how we call it. On the left side, this pink house, it's our first city hall. But nowadays here you can find different shops, and our city hall is in another part of Tbilisi. The monument in the middle is dedicated to independence of Georgia.
That's our bus there, and we're right on the front on the top.
Nowadays it's under reconstruction, how you can see. It will be open in September, approximately 3 years. It's closed. Hyatt Hotel, if you know the complex of these hotels directly will be nowadays loves you, and you want to have such kind of Wi-Fi which is absolutely free, and in the airport also you can find such kind of words. Only red light, not also. Why they were late? They opened their hearts, didn't like, but said that.
Keep sitting.
If you want, you can stand and walk and take pictures. We have first
So Dad. Oh, sorry.
Как память прошлых тяжких, твою голову вещая все.
That building is the Ministry of Culture.
Я сейчас прям начну, потому что мы потом проедем, не увидим ее. Вот посмотрите направо, вы увидите вышку. Это телевизор.
Тему истории я хотел бы продолжить верой. Не является государственной религией Грузии. Это означает, что государственные посты могут занимать лица разных религиозных конфессий. Этот мост представляет собой реконструкцию ранее построенного Цавкийского моста. Раньше, в 19-м, начиная с 18-го, точнее, века, кончая второй половиной 20 века, на набережной Куры находились разные...
Чуть-чуть подходим, подвигаемся. Давайте, не стесняйтесь.
Сворачивала судно, поднимая паруса. Я спускал на воду шумы, сам не знаю, что сказать. Только твой пароход, набирая полный ход, неуклонно шел на север, чтобы попасть в светофор. Ты не уходи, постой, просто побудь со мной. Я не прошу ни о чем, ни обиды, ни при чем. Да ты не уходи, постой, просто побудь со мной. Я не прошу ни о чем, ни обиды, ни при чем, да ни при чем. И обиды ни при чем, ни при чем, ни просто ни при чем, ни при чем.
have left Tbilisi and we are on our way to Azerbaijan. We are in Azerbaijan at the border. Passed through the border crossing okay. On the way out, accosted basically and demanded a $150 bribe. And now we have been waiting here for probably 45 minutes. Our bus and driver are nowhere to be seen. So what gives? At this point, we are unhappy campers. After being exhausted from a heat wave waiting at the customs, we finally got away okay. And we got more of the same topography here, basically.
Are those oil rigs over there? There's lots of oil in Azerbaijan, especially around that. There's just on the other side of the hill.
This is a gas station. Washing the windows. Car wash. And our bus. The street cleaners.
They installed electric meters because they didn't have them before.
A few more clicks to Slavyanka.
So Slavyanka and the other
Located in the
mountain valleys, just like...
and it's very, very twisted, as you can see. But the road is good.
I wonder what the idea of that is.
We are here at our destination finally, Slavyanka. Slavyanka was the largest Doukhobor settlement in the 1840s. And this is where the Ewashens were. Whenever you see a red slash through a sign like this on the highway, that means that you are leaving the town. Great crop of cabbage.
Рощина, которые были,
Он тоже
был Калмыков, правильно?
Васил, да. Алла Вердева. Алла Вердев. That's his mom.
At one time there was around 8,000 Doukhobors living in Slavyanka, and Slavyanka is a Doukhobor name of what this town is now called. And we stopped at a little market here trying to locate some Doukhobors, and there are about 30 Doukhobors here. And so we're just running into some young people who claim they were Doukhobors, and we're waiting for some elders to show up here, and possibly we'll be getting to get together somewhere here. This has been a very impromptu greeting delegation. This happens everywhere you stop. That's the greeting you get. Complete strangers.
Иван Ларионович Колмаков.
Мы тоже не миллионеры. Мы тоже не миллионеры, бабушка.
Нам очень интересно.
Typical Doukhobor blue home. This probably goes back to about 1850, 60, 70, Johnny.
Or 40s.
Or 40s, or 1840s. Our hostess there, in our midst.
Dolmuşam yaşa, yeşil
Alex Ewashen, I'd say.
Gelen gözümden habersiz ayırlar şahlıylar.
So this was Slavyanka, the home of between 6,000 and 8,000 Doukhobors in the 1840s. Very beautiful, very lush, very productive. They lived here for 30 years and were running out of land, and so they were moved then to the Kars area. This was our palatial home for the night. This place used to be a dairy, believe it or not. Good morning, gentlemen. This was our room.
I didn't use you.
This is the old cemetery. New cemetery? This commemorative stone says that the Doukhobor people came here in 1805, and there's also a date there, 1844. So this is the original grave site here then. We are now in Moscow. And there's Hannah and Lisa all ready to hit the road.
Looking at our map, trying to figure out where is the best restaurant that we can go to. And then the Red Square is right ahead.
Good show. Yeah.
Богородице, Дева, радуйся, благодатная Дева, и благословен.
We have been walking and walking looking for an interesting place to eat, and what do we find? An American style restaurant. And so we had to stop here because we were running out of steam.
Blueberry.
Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me.
The Kremlin. That is Marshal Zhukov, one of the famous generals during World War II. We're in the Red Square. That is the official clock of Russia. And that is St. Basil's Cathedral, one of the most famous cathedrals in Russia. And around the perimeter is the GUM, the most expensive department store in Moscow, and which sells everything imaginable. How's that for a paint job? We're in the lineup to pay Lenin a visit. We are now entering into the mausoleum. That's Chernenkov over there at the end. Voroshilov. This is Brezhnev. And here is good old Stalin, and he's got the most flowers on his tombstone. And there's John and Brian. Gotcha. There's St. Basil's again, and we'll be going in there.
Gavinici Midli Pajalista.
We're having a very nice cappuccino in front of the Goom, which is the main store with everything in it, which we haven't been in before, or yet. Yeah, and there's the clock. In front of the Goom, where we just had our cappuccino. That lady is official there, and this is the entrance to the museum. At the Red Square. We are about halfway through the first floor, and there are 3 of them. So I don't think we'll be doing the 3. That's the stairway to the 2nd floor. This is Peter the Great, and this is his sleigh. We are now on the 2nd floor. That saddle was built for comfort. This is a pretty special sleigh. This is the Doom complex. You can find anything in the world here, and you probably cannot afford to buy anything.
I'll be right back.
Lunch at the Goom
Okay.
with Hannah.
Показываю газеты.
Oh yeah.
Because we got early with Alex, we saw the Bricks Bank was opening.
Yeah.
And so Alex,
Good.
my Russian forms.
Nice.
The sky's the limit for the Dome. Going into St. Basil's. View from St. Basil's.
And
We are
that
dining
Museum of
at the
History was
Pushkin
another-
restaurant. We are all rather dressed quite inappropriately.
Let's just say
But
super
we're-
casual.
Super casual, yes. Yeah.
But we are suitably impressed
Yes.
with the opulence of this restaurant.
Absolutely.
$2,000 Kremlin and then.
And that's
That's maybe more or less what I
See what Vernon has to say. How was your day today? You went to see the museum and the basilica?
Yeah. And then we just walked. One lady even said, "Oh, but you've got the, like, у вас характер русский, your look." And
we're having our last lunch in Moscow in a fast food joint before we leave for Tula today. And the background you see there across the street of those imitation windows is the screen they put up on buildings when they're renovating them. So this is the joint. Very Americano. And we are drinking Americanos. On the way to Tula.
have to hear they sing one song every 10 minutes. What am I trying to find? Oh, that's great.
We are in Tula. Now, how far do we walk? Very modern train car we were in. They're all modern. And there's our bus driver. There's our bus driver. Туристы, туристы.
Ну, все собрались? Сколько вас человек?
War Memorial. There's our bus to go to Yasnaya Polyana. We are in the Yasnaya Polyana restaurant. There's good old Leo. Oh, light's no good there. Family photos.
I don't know how
The old gent himself. We have been having trouble ordering our supper because we're not too fluent in Russian. And the menu is in Russian, and there's only one menu in supposed English. So, but we're doing okay.
Olive oil, не масло. Okay. Я дошла
С чем они жареные?
с чем они
С маслом
жареные?
или с оливковым? Оливковое масло.
Обои, olive oil и масло.
And this is the Dom Отдыха, the guest house. And this is where we are staying. The last time I was here, it was in quite disrepair, but it's beautiful inside now. This is the reception area. This is the 4th floor. And this is Brian's and my bedroom. Little sitting area. And this is where we crashed. Had a very good sleep. And this is our spacious bathroom. The entrance into the estate. This is the home of the man. This is Leo Tolstoy's house, and we are tours starting here. And first of all, we're going to be touring the home inside. I remember that porch from my last visit here in 1995. We had a nice tour of Leo Tolstoy's home, but you're not allowed to take any more pictures. You can't take pictures at this time, but I took pictures when I was here in 1995. There's Lisa on the porch. She's a real trooper. The road crew. And that is his gravesite. Can't use the button on that. Господи, благослови. Отче наш, Ты есть на небе и на земле. Да светится имя Твое, да придет воля Твое, да будет царство Твое. Яко на небе, так и на земле. Хлеб наш насущный, отдай нам на сей день, прости нам грехи наши, и мы будем прощать обижающих нас. Не допусти нас, Господи, для искушения, а приведи нас, Господи, во спасение. Яко есть Твоя сила и воля, Богу нашему славу. Отче всех, на Тебе, Господи, мы уповаем. Ты даешь нам пищу во благое время, отверзаешь щедрую руку свою и исполняешь всякое душевное благоволение. Помяни нас, Господи, от всех отошедших, а нас сохрани, Господи, во всем благополучном. На всем месте поклоняемся Отцу и Сыну и Святому Духу. Христос воскрес! Христос воскрес! Царство Небесное Тебе, Тolstoy. Tolstoy's horse barns. This is the entrance to the bakery, over there where the door is open. The bakery that the British Columbia Doukhobors, or Doukhobors in Canada, built for the estate.
Everything was ready in the morning. And I gave salt already to my colleagues, to the okay. Just
a field of rye, as far as the eye can see, just like at home. I can't get over the super highways anywhere that we've traveled here in Russia. Not like I remember them in 1984. Very healthy looking countryside. Nice crops there in the background. buckwheat. Buckwheat. We are the guests of Fred. That's our bus driver and his bus back there. Beautiful, lush garden.
Там у нас, например, на пароме надо было, и до сих пор на пароме переезжать. Речку, озеро, там духоборцы жили. Только духоборцы. Называется плодород. Теперь вот все годы прошли. В Москве.
В 97,
вот
когда? В 97 году?
Нет, раньше переселялись, в 92-м переселялись, потом переселялись, и потом переселялись.
That's our host standing up there, and his wife. 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
О, он еще не приехал туда.
Но это интересно, знаешь, кто я знаю.
Тогда немножко было, потому что основная, конечно, мы тогда строили, перевозили и так далее. Я работал 9 лет. Да, руководил районом. Сейчас я на пенсии.
Расскажите мне что-то.
Чего
Это
мы
видео,
теперь
да.
расскажем уже. Джулии, привет.
Да, Джули.
Скажите там.
Джули, привет.
Да, большой привет.
Передаем.
Пусть приезжает в гости.
Да.
Дочь.
Да. Дочь. She says Alexandra should come, our daughter. Да. Да.
Всей семьей приезжайте, будем рады.
Ну.
Сколько сюда обошлось вам поездка? Какая
What do you
сумма?
think it cost us to come here?
Вот 2 человека вы поехали. Сколько
Два.
будет?
What's that like?
5000
Five.
долларов?
Yeah, it was
5
5 to 65, maybe.
5, а может быть 6,5. Да.
Но это все Турция, Грузия, да, все вместе
Да,
или
that's
раз?
the whole trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, да.
Ну это еще ничего.
Yeah.
Не так много. Нет. 5000 баксов, это по 50, по 5, 250.
Definitely most expensive is Moscow.
В Москве, я не знаю, в Москве как люди живут. Говорят, что в Москве самый, как бы сказать, самый денежное. Все, дюжа дорогая, все дорогое, все дорогое, да.
Ну там Москва, знаете, как сделано? Всех туристов везут в центр, где самое все дорогое.
Да.
Потом немножко дальше отъезжаешь, Садовое кольцо называется,
Ага.
там дешевле. Потом, как называется, Московская кольцевая дорога, там еще дешевле. Все, чем дальше от Москвы, центра,
Да.
все дешевле.
Yeah.
Это специально сделано там живут в центре Москвы русские, очень у кого много денег.
Да.
И это специально все для них сделано.
Yeah.
Вот.
Yeah.
Это даже не для иностранцев, а для русских сделано. Самые, они миллиардеры там живут.
Это самые, какие эти русские, что ограбили все,
Да.
чего,
У
когда
кого очень много денег.
Советский Союз разрушился.
Не,
Да.
они не то что ограбили, я вам так правильно скажу. Знаете, как получилось? Это те бывшие коммунисты, кто был.
Да.
Они знали, что будет,
Да.
как. И они раньше скупили это все. Теперь, когда это все работает, они получают большие дивиденды.
Yeah.
Я не скажу, что они пришли, грабили, давай сюда.
Да,
Они просто вовремя все
Да.
купили.
Да. This is Valia and Vanya's home, and that's where we slept, Brian and I. This is kind of their sitting room. They're very modern television. Beautiful rugs. Another nice little room. Rugs all over the place. Another big bedroom. Rugs, rugs, rugs. The father there, who's got Parkinson's quite bad. Very modern kitchen.
Very
Sour cherry tree.
very sour, yeah.
Very, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fish.
Russia. There's yeah. And look at the grapes. Look at the grapes. Tomatoes. Haycocks.
All done with the scythe, eh?
Huh? Nice greenhouse. A kapusta. Yeah. These are the dark blueberry blue grapes for red wine. Ah. Peppers. More chickens. Things are bustling in Russia. Toilet stop. Traffic jam coming into Moscow. 4-lane highway. Actually, it's a 5-lane. We're on a bus tour, and that is the Bolshoi Theater there. Karl Marx. KGB headquarters. People get married on the bridge that we're coming up to, and the tradition is to paint a lock with your name and your love's name on there and lock it onto these so-called trees. There we go, Brian.
good. I'll have to get a lock for Laurel on here.
You'll have to. Look at that. A Rolls Royce stretch. My God, what else? There's another one. Lennon would be turning over in his grave 1,000,000 times. And another one. They're probably going to hang locks here. That unit there goes along and picks up all the trash that the people throw into the river. We're off on our cruise. Building cranes all over the place. Up to the Red Square complex once again. This is the Ministry of Defense. The Ministry of Defense. There's 3 levels of shopping underground here just by the Red Square. Heading to the entrance to the Kremlin, and this is the tomb to the unknown soldier. That's the Kremlin wall. That's the gate, we think. Even at the Kremlin, Brian could get a job here. We're in the Kremlin yard, if you can call it a yard.
Did that say that?
This is number 5, whatever that is. There's the cranes again. The Kremlin has been declared a UNESCO site, by the way. Historic cannon again. Yeah, we're going to take a wander into there. Into that one. Lineup doesn't seem to be too big. Russian field cannon, 17th, 18th centuries.
A couple of years ago, this stuff.
I saw this in 1984. Note the paintings up there. The bell that was never rung. It cracked when it was being cooled after casting. Gold, gold, gold. Lots of trips and there's no picture taking in here. That cracked bell was probably destined for some cathedral such as this one. This is Alexander the First.
A wee bit different than Alexander Ewashen.
The Ewashens were supposed to have been the private serfs of Alexander. Now I don't know at this point whether there is a first or a second, which one it was. He was from 1814 to 1931, so probably he was the guy. One of the last exhibits we're seeing in Moscow is the Revolutionary exhibit. This building is a monument to the 18th century architecture. It was built for a general lieutenant. This exhibit talks about the beginning of the revolution in 1905. That's the guy that started it all. That's Lenin rallying the troops. 1930 tractor. Now we're into the space age. The first cosmonaut, and there's Yuri. Brezhnev and Castro. This is a liquor outlet. Look at that ceiling. All sorts of produce in this place, but will you look at the walls and the ceiling. Duty free at one of the 3 Moscow airports. Canal, runaway beauties. We're at our gate, gate 10. Well, here we are, back where we started from 3 weeks ago, after our lifetime odyssey, and Brian's unloading the trunk there.
Home we are.
And it's sure great to be home where I belong.
Good to have you.
Now they can celebrate their anniversary.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Alexander. Good.
Yeah.